Hello everyone, welcome back to Double D Studio. Today I'm going to be reviewing the remaster of one of my favorite PlayStation 1 games, Star Wars Jedi Power Battles. Aspyr launched the remaster of this classic game last week on January 23rd for Nintendo Switch, Steam, PlayStation 4 and 5, and Xbox One, Series S, and the evil Empire, or I should say House of Mouse, continues to embarrass themselves as they fumble the Star Wars franchise. Aspyr thankfully got the green light from them to release another remaster, after previously working on bringing other ancient texts from the franchise to the modern era. Jedi Power Battles is an episodic platforming rock'em sock'em game that takes you through most of the events of the Phantom Menace. There is couch co-op available like in the original version, however, there is no online co-op. Jedi Power Battles tried to strike a balance between button mashing combos and platforming, and for the most part it's fine. There are some platforming sequences and a few missions that can be a little challenging, especially on Coruscant, though I'm sure you will manage. The game doesn't hold your hand though, so you may find yourself fighting a boss where you think you're doing a ton of damage until you realize otherwise, so think carefully about what type of attacks you make. The game also operates on a life-based system, so each time you die in combat or fall off a cliff you lose one of them. There are also opportunities for you to find extra life pickups if you explore enough though. Character you play as levels up individually, so you will have to put some elbow grease into leveling up their respective combos and abilities. The updated, modern controls feel more fluid than the original controls, though you can opt to use either one of them in the menu and swap between them fluidly. I will say, the combo variety is quite extensive and you will likely find yourself deferring to the combo list in the menu after you unlock more than a few of them. Otherwise you'll just be swinging away, which does work. Why the hell did you unlock the combos if you're not going to use them? Two difficulty options, Easy Mode and Jedi Mode, with the latter being more difficult. Either difficulty choice isn't too challenging where you'd be getting ready to throw your controller at your younger brother when he misses a platform and loses a life, but it's also not too easy where the entire game is a breeze. The game is meant to be fun, so the difficulty does seem to find a good middle ground with all of that said. For reference, and frankly for my own curiosity, I did play a bit of the original PlayStation 1 version. That's right, I still have my copy from back in the day. Gotta admit, the original felt a hell of a lot harder. I don't know why, and maybe it was just me, but it did seem like a noticeable change where the modern version felt easier to complete. This is a remaster of a 25-year-old game. The polish they put on it is great, but the graphics do show their age. Aspyr admittedly did their best with what they had to work with, and it does look pretty damn good all things considered. While I would have liked to have a little bit more polish on some of the textures, there isn't really that much to complain about. Words: John Williams. Other than that, the blaster fire, lightsaber whooshing, and other sounds are all clear. It's pretty much what you would expect sound-wise for a game set in the Star Wars universe. Have you seen The Phantom Menace? Great! If you haven't, educate yourself on the prequels. All of the playable characters in Jedi Power Battles, the only applicable one for this section is when Qui-Gon develops a hole in his chest from Darth Maul's lightsaber. This isn't the game to develop characters. That's what the movies are for. This is a fun, replayable, action platforming game that lets you be a Jedi. You start with 10 characters available to choose from at the start of the game, with 13 other ones that you can unlock. Shit, you can replay this game. Did I just tell you that there are 23 characters to level up? You can level up each character you want to play as individually, and how many points you end up with following a level will offer you new abilities to unlock or increase your max health or force. Maybe it's nostalgia, maybe it's Maybelline. Who gives a shit? This remaster fucking rocks. While I cry myself to sleep every night waiting for the day where Saber Interactive finally comes out with the Knights of the Old Republic remake, in conjunction with more than a decade of fumbled Star Wars games, Aspyr's track record of bringing decades-old Star Wars games to the modern era shines through the otherwise minor issues of Jedi Power Battles. Sure, this type of game isn't for everyone, and, neither was the original when it first launched 25 years ago. That said, if you like Star Wars and you want a fun experience, this is a solid game to pick up. It really is an elegant game for a more civilized age. For me, it's a 7.5 out of 10. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.